Like preparing. Namaskaram to one and all. Today, we are starting another episode of the Yoga Satsang, episode 11, wherein the body with the physical exercise and the different cares you take, the diet and everything. The sleep is more important for the body, which is going to be explained to us by Dr. Kankadurga and our yoga specialist, Mrs. Harita. So, Mrs. Kankadurga, please start the session.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi Garu. Gurubhyo Namaha Sri Chandrasekhara Yatindra Sastinam Shantantaranga Kalitakhila Bhaukanam Kanchipuri Sthita Mahonnata Kamakoti Pithim Upashitavatam Charanatupase Shri Jayendra Yatindra Sastinam Shantantaranga Kalitakhila Bhaukanam कांचीपुरी स्थित महोन्नत कामकोटि पीठीम उपाश्रितवतां चरणातुपासे श्री शंकर विजेन्द्र यतीन्द्र सस्तीनां शांतांतरंग कलिताखिल भावुकानां कांचीपुरी स्थित महोन्नत कामकोटि पीठीम उपाश्रितवतां चरणातुपासे. There are three pillars in Ayurveda for health: Ahara, Nidra, and Brahmacharya. All these days we've been learning about Ahara. What is a good Ahara? Today we talk about Nidra. So Nidra, even in slokas, they are called Nidra as Samadhi Sthiti. Nidra is very important for health. In modern medicine, sleep is a state of altered consciousness where the body and mind get complete rest, and the involuntary muscles are the only ones that are functioning. The voluntary muscles are pretty much taking rest. The endocrine system, the nervous system, the muscular system, the skeletal system, all these systems are restoring their health. So sleep is very important. We need 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and children can need even more, 10 hours of sleep. The current problem we are facing nowadays is this prolonged wakefulness. Prolonged wakefulness is a condition which is induced by mobiles, by laptops, by the connectivity all over the world. So people are not able to sleep.
Sorry, I think there's a bad connection problem. So we will start with Harita on the presentation of the yoga, and we will come back to Dr. Kankadurga after the presentation. Over to you, Harita.
Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Yoga for good sleep. I'll share you a small presentation about yoga for good sleep. Sleep is a naturally recurring state of mind and body, characterized by altered consciousness, relatively inhibited sensory activity, reduced muscle activity, and inhibition of nearly all voluntary muscles during rapid eye movement sleep, and reduced interactions with surroundings. Sleeping well directly affects your mental and physical health. Fall short and it can take a serious toll on your daytime energy, productivity, emotional balance, and even your weight. You may of us regularly toss and turn at night, struggling to get the sleep we need. Most healthy adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night. However, some individuals are able to function without sleepiness or drowsiness after as little as 6 hours of sleep. Others can't perform at their peak unless they have slept 10 hours. Newborn babies, a minimum 10 to 18 hours sleep is needed. Infants, 14 to 15 hours. Toddlers, 12 to 14 hours. And preschoolers, 11 to 13 hours. And school-aged children, 10 to 11 hours. And teens and preteens, 8.5 to 10 hours. Adults, minimum 7.5 to 9 hours sleep is needed. How sleep impacts your brain, organizes the new information, solidifies your memories, leads to more creative thinking, clears out harmful toxins, regulates your appetite, keeps your body looking good, and more efficient thought process. The most impact things you can do to promote good sleep: eat healthy, moderate alcohol use, and get exercise, get regular sunlight, keep a regular sleep schedule, and time caffeine right. Caffeine lasts up to 12 hours in your body, meaning consuming it after lunchtime could affect the sleep. Set your bedroom for success. Use a supportive and comfortable mattresses. Keep room cool and dark, and give electronics like phones and mobiles, laptops, the boot. The 5 stages of sleep. Stage 1, very light sleep, muscle activity slows down. And second stage, breathing pattern and heart rate slows down, body temperature decreases slightly. And stage 3, deep sleep starts, brain starts to generate slow delta wave. And stage 4, a very deep sleep, muscle activity is limited. Stage 5, REM sleep, brain waves speed up and dreams occurred, heart rate increases. This is the 5 stages of sleep. And 3 common sleep disorders: insomnia, sleep apnea, sleep bruxism. Side effects from missing sleep: irritability, cognitive impairment and memory loss, and impaired moral judgment, decreased creativity, increased stress levels, and symptoms similarly to ADHD, and impaired immune system, a risk of diabetes type 2, decreased testosterone, and increased heart rate and variability, a risk of heart diseases and stroke. increased reaction time, decreased accuracy, tremors and aches. Others, growth suppression and risk of obesity and decreased temperature also. These are the side effects from missing sleep at night. Here are some foods that can help you sleep better. Bananas. Potassium and vitamin B6 in bananas relax the muscles and increases melatonin levels to promote good sleep. Almonds. These help muscles relax and promotes sleep by switching on the rest and digest cycle of the body. Walnuts. It's helpful to healthy fats, vitamins, and melatonin in walnuts and promotes better sleep. Cherries and grapes. Both these fruits have high content of melatonin that regulates sleep. And kiwi fruit also rich in antioxidants and serotonin. Kiwi when taken before bed gently improves the quality of sleep. Hormones released in the brain during sleep. Growth hormone, essential for growth and tissue repair. Antidiuretic hormone prevents the production of dilute urine. Melatonin signals to the body that it is time to sleep. Oxytocin involved in childbirth, lactation, and social behavior. Prolactin involved in over 300 functions, including lactation, metabolism, and immune system regulation. Insomnia. Insomnia is a sleep disorder in which you have a trouble falling or staying asleep. The condition can be short term or can last a long time. It may also come and go. Acute insomnia lasts from one night to a few weeks. And insomnia is chronic when it happens at least 3 nights a week for 3 months or more. Common causes of chronic insomnia includes stress, concern about work, school, health, finances, or family can keep your mind active at night, make it difficult to sleep. Stressful life events or trauma, such as the death or illness of a loved one, divorce, or a job loss also may lead to insomnia. Symptoms of insomnia: difficulty focusing, daytime sleepiness, and increased anxiety, increased depression, and difficulty concentrating. Sleep apnea. It is a potentially serious sleep disorder in which breathing repeatedly stops and starts. If you snore loudly and feel tired even after a full night's sleep, you might have a sleep apnea. The main types of sleep apnea are obstructive sleep apnea, the more common from that occurs when throat muscle relaxes. Signs and symptoms: excessive daytime sleepiness and loud snoring, observed episodes of stopped breathing during sleep, abrupt awakings accompanied by gasping or choking, awaking with a dry mouth or snort throat, morning headaches, difficulty concentrating during the day, risks of untreated sleep apnea, depression, diabetes, heart failure, high blood pressure, and concentration and memory problems. Sleep apnea affects our body, stroke, loss of vision, kidney diseases, bone loss, dementia, and depression and anxiety, heart disease, and sexual problems. Foods for sleep apnea, kale, cherry, avocado, and home remedies for sleep apnea in kids. Turmeric milk, honey, almonds, and peppermint, and lavender. Sleep bruxism. Sleep bruxism is considered a sleep-related movement disorder. It is a condition in which you grit, gnash, or clench your teeth. If you have bruxism, you may unconsciously clench your teeth when you are awake. It's called awake bruxism, or clench or grit them during sleep is sleep bruxism. Although teeth grinding can be caused by stress and anxiety, it often occurs during sleep and is more likely caused by an abnormal bite or missing or crooked teeth. It can also be caused by a sleep disorder such as a sleep apnea. You can observe here effects of bruxism on healthy teeth. Causes of sleep bruxism: anger and frustration, underlying disease, and stress, malocclusion, anxiety. Yogasanas for good sleep. Yoga practice is very helpful to induce good sleep. The regular practice of following asanas make endocrine system to work properly, leading to reduce of stress causing better sleep. Yogic exercises like Surya Namaskar, standing asanas, like Padahastasana, Prasadita Padahastasana, Trikonasana, Tiryak Tadasana, and Kati Chakrasana. And sitting asanas also, it is very helpful. And prone, supine asanas like Uttana Padasana, Naukasana, and Matsyasana, Sarvangasana. These are the very good for sleep. Now we are going to practice some of these asanas. Tiryak Tadasana. It helps to reduce the belly fat and especially the fat accumulated around your waist and trims your waist. Provides a nice stretch to the muscle of the arms and legs. It stretches the spine and relaxes the whole body. It gives a good stretch to the sides. Those who are suffering from hernia, cardiac problems, should avoid this asana. Those who had any recent surgeries of neck, chest, abdomen, and waist or legs should attempt it only after recovering. Kati Chakrasana. Strengthening the back and abdominal muscle. Improves digestive health and improves blood circulation. Strengthen the spine, hips, and legs. It helps to reduce belly fat and relieves constipation. Those who are suffering with the slip disc, hernia, spinal injuries, and cervical spondylitis and abdominal surgery should avoid this asana. If you have a high blood pressure, be cautious while practicing this asana. This practice may cause a giddiness and faintness in you. Trikonasana. It helps our body to relieve the gastritis and indigestion problems and acidity, improves the flexibility of the spine and alleviates backache to a very extent, corrects the alignment of shoulders and make it the perfect shape. And people suffering with the dizzy, vertigo or high blood pressure can look down at the floor in the final pose. Never turn your head up. If you have a cardiac condition, practice against the wall. Do not raise your arm, but rest it along the hip. Those who are suffering from migraines or certain neck injuries should avoid this asana. And Namaskar asana. releases the stress and spinal vertebra and leads to the well functioning of adrenal gland, stretches the back muscle, making them stronger. And those who are suffering with the vertigo and high blood pressure, knee problems and slip disc and pregnant women should avoid this asana. And Gomukhasana, this is very good asana for shoulder joints. It removes stiffness and pain in the hip joints and lower extremities. The position of the arm stretch and shoulders, armpits and triceps and the chest, and therefore the relieving stiff shoulders and neck, while at the same time strengthening the back muscles and toning the arms. And suffering with the varicose veins, avoid putting the direct pressure on the veins. You can do the pose if the varicose veins are in the center of the calves, but not if the veins are in the sides of the calves. Tiryak Tadasana. This is also very good for the spine. Maintains flexibility of the spine and prevents the slipped discs. This asana is especially beneficial for those who sit a lot, helpful for constipation and regulates kidney and female reproductive system. Has generally harmonizing effect upon body and mind. This asana is to be avoided with a hyperactive thyroid, hernia, acute problems of the spine, back or intestines. Naukasana, it strengthens the abdominal muscles, improves the health of all organs in the abdomen, especially liver and pancreas and kidneys. Helps in regulating blood flow and sugar levels also. And helps improve and regulate your digestion, including elevating excessive gas and easing constipation. Limitations, asthma and heart patients should avoid this asana. And Yoga Nidra, this is very helpful to your good sleep. It improves immunity and reduces blood pressure, enhanced concentration, clearing negative thoughts and beliefs, keeps emotionally stable, improves sleeping pattern, and decreases anxiety and depression, and reduces physical pain, improves the energy levels of our body. And Brahmari Pranayama. This is also very good for the sleep. It is helps with including sleep. It is the best cure for stress. It nourishes peace in your being, which in turn results in self-healing. It lowers blood pressure, thus relieving the hypertension. It relieves cerebral tension. It soothes the nerves. And it stimulates the pineal and pituitary glands, the supporting their proper functioning. It controls the anger. These asanas are very helpful to your good sleep. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Yeah, we now have Mrs. Kanakadurga to.
Sorry about the break. Guru Bhyo Namaha. Brahma Muhurte Uttishtet Swastho Rakshartham Ayushaha. That means getting up in Brahma Muhurtam is very good for health. These are the last 3 hours of the night, and there's maximum concentration, and the ozone layer and everything is very optimum at that time. I've heard even Swamiji telling in some videos that one should do sadhana in Brahma Muhurtam. It's very important to understand that you must sleep early and get up early, because this is called prakrit sleep. Prakrit means normal sleep. Vikrit sleep is staying awake whole night, that is Vikriti. Vikriti means anything which is not normal. That will have its side effects. It will increase the vata, it will increase the irritability, it will increase the pitta, and a lot of problems will occur, like blood pressure, cognitive capacity will reduce, memory will reduce, irritability will be more. Those who have a tendency for epilepsy, they get more fits. Lots of problems come because of not sleeping in the night. So it's very important to remember and connect to the Ayurvedic principles. When you get up in the morning, they ask you to put oil on the head. Putting oil on the scalp is very good for giving good sleep. Then they also tell you that early in the morning when you get up, don't drink coffee. They have not mentioned the tea and coffee in the Shastras, but they say to drink water, because water will remove all the waste from the system. Now, when you take tea and coffee, you're harming your adrenal glands. Never going to give you proper sleep. You'll never get sound sleep as long as you take tea and coffee, because they activate the nervous system at a very high rate. And it's, taking coffee on an empty stomach has even been known to give stroke and paralysis in some cases. So we should go back to the basics, the Ayurvedic basics. They have a beautiful, way of massaging the soles of the feet, the padatala. They apply butter on the soles of the feet. My husband used to tell me that his grandmother used to, when he used to come home tired, she used to apply fresh butter on the soles of the feet. It's a simple thing, but now everything is getting, prominence now when such simple things give you sleep. So applying Dhanvantri Taila or butter on the soles of the feet, that gives very good peace of mind and it helps you to sleep well. Applying oil on the head definitely helps. Applying butter on the temples, these are the temples. So there's something called Shatadhauta Ghruta in Ayurveda. Shatadhauta Ghruta means ghee which is washed 100 times. Very powerful, very good ointment. They come under different brand names, but Shatadhauta Ghruta is enough. If you apply it on the temples or you apply it even on the eyelids, they give very good sleep. It's it's applied on this bregna, the place where little babies, we put castrol when they're just born. So these points are activated. I was just seeing a Marma therapy book the other day when they said small, the tip of the nose. These are all marmas. Marmas means very sensitive points which have a very great effect on the body by stimulating them. So the tendency for not sleeping is because of the current day habits, the TV, the mobile, constant exposure of light on the eyes. It's not good. So even in Madhav Nidana is a text in Ayurveda which tells you the reasons for the disease, the etiology. The Pancha Nidana. Pancha Nidana means what is the reason for the disease? How does the symptoms, the pre-symptoms, before the symptoms come in the body itself, the earliest symptoms, then the symptoms itself, then the whatever treatment modalities which we try, and the pathology, how the disease occurs. So in Madhav Nidana, he has mentioned that Swapna Viparyayat. Swapna Viparyaya means opposite. Swapna means sleep. So if you do things opposite to the normal pattern, eye diseases are created. He has written about that and he has given the whole chapter on eye diseases. And one of the reasons is Swapna Viparyaya. Even Shiro means head, diseases of the head, diseases of the nervous system, because the brain, the nervous system, all this gets proper rest only when you sleep. As I was saying earlier, I'm sorry because there was some disconnection. As I was saying earlier, the endocrine system, the immune system, the muscular system, the skeletal system, all of them restore their balance when you sleep. That is why yoga is so important. Because yoga, it helps you to increase the flexibility and the strength of these muscles, bones, and it gives it gives enough of activity to the body. And when you go to sleep, you get very good sleep after you do yoga. In yoga, we have Anulom Vilom Pranayam, Brahmari Pranayam, which massages the membranes of the brain, Brahmari Pranayam. All this gives very good sleep. A simple mudra I just recollect, which helps in sleeping, is Shunya Vayu Mudra. Shunya Vayu means you bend the index finger and the middle finger and put the thumb over it. This is called Shunya Vayu Mudra. I'll show it again. Middle finger, index finger down, and this thumb over it. So this Shunya Vayu Mudra was told to me by my guru, Suman Chiplunkar. She used to say 10 minutes of that gives good sleep. Anulom Vilom Pranayam gives good sleep. Brahmari pranayam gives good sleep. Shavasana and then Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is actually, it was mentioned by Swami Satyananda Saraswati first in the Bihar School of Yoga. What they found is that in his sleep, while they were playing, they used to play they wouldn't play, people would recite Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita while he was in sleep. And he learned all of this in his sleep. That is why we use Yoga Nidra today as a powerful tool for learning. Also for relaxation, because in the subconsciousness, everything gets registered, just like a computer, everything gets registered in the subconsciousness. So this is the kind of science which we have come from. We have to be proud of this Ayurveda and yoga, because the methods which they have suggested, simple methods, which go a long way. Now, we have all our 5 senses. Each of the senses, they offer us a therapy to sleep. The first is the eyes. In eyes, there is a technique in yoga called Trataka. For instance, there is a Deepam here. The Deepam is over here. What you do is, you keep your eyes, keep staring at the Deepam with open eyes. Little tears will come. Then you close your eyes, again you open, again you stare. Again you open, again you stare. So keep taking rest. Slowly this practice is increased. So Trataka is a very powerful means of, it's a very good eye exercise. It's a yogic exercise. It improves your eyesight and it gives you good sleep. So it's got so much of benefit. So next time in the night time, when you got time, practice 45 minutes of Trataka. Switch off all the lights, because we're always, sitting in these electric lights. It's very important to reduce the activity in electric lights and use more of natural lights. Like, in the Chandamoleshwar Puja also we see there's always a Deepam, and that gives the glow. That is what is, so peaceful and pleasant to our eyes. We have to be practical also. In the current day, we are able to do this program only because of the electricity. But as far as possible, avoid getting too much of reading, too much of computer activities in the night time. The daylight is very good for the eyes, but the night, artificial lights is not very good. So we have Trataka, we have meditation. You close your eyes and do meditation. You open your eyes and do meditation. And again, close your eyes. Imagine the form in front of between your eyebrows. Then again, open your eyes. The same thing we do in Trataka, that helps a lot for the eyes. We have aromatherapy. Beautiful jasmine, aroma. All these things help in sleep. We have, if you have beautiful music. Today we had a very good session in the evening, Sri Dharma, where there was a very beautiful talk about Nadopasana. So Nadopasana is also very important. The ragas which help you to sleep, to relax. Like, when we were small, we used to hear, Jo Achyutananda, Jo Mukunda, Lali Paramananda, Rama Govinda, Jo. See, the ragam itself used to put us to sleep. So there's so much of anusandhanam, so much of research in Ayurveda and yoga. It's very important for us to know, the importance of that. We have Yoga Nidra in Ayurveda, in yoga. Now, Ayurveda, when you sleep, according to Ayurveda, when you sleep, what happens is your consciousness is withdrawn completely. But in Yoga Nidra, the difference between Yoga Nidra and Nidra, I'm explaining that. The difference in Yoga Nidra, what happens is the consciousness is just kept linked through one auditory channel. Through the speaker, through the auditory channel, just through the words, the connection is kept through the consciousness. So that is the difference between Yoga Nidra and Nidra. So Nidra is complete. You're completely withdrawing from the complete withdrawal of the consciousness. And that's the time when we get maximum rest. The body, the brain, the nervous system. So we should not ignore these beautiful things from the past. If you see this month is Adhika Masam. Adhikasya Adhika Phalam. So if you just think of contributing to Sampradaya school, you will get millions and millions of punyam. And Swamiji, Sri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamiji, recently in one of his speeches, he said that punyam gives merit, gives magnanimity, and it gives maturity. With these few words, I'd like to end. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. I forgot to mention about the Ayurvedic medicines which are used for sleep. I'll just take 2 minutes more. Ashwagandha Churna, Ashwagandha Rishta, Draksha Sava. These are all very, very helpful to sleep. Ashwagandha, they make a kshirapaka, means they make a milk preparation. They boil 10 grams of the Ashwagandha Churna with about 80 ml of milk and 320 ml of water. They boil it down, they drink that. That is very good for sleep. Then we also have nutmeg. 2 priceless home remedies of nutmeg, which 2 pinches of nutmeg taken with some juice, like tomato juice in the evening, will help you to get good sleep. But you must remember that the nutmeg should be freshly crushed. Saffron with milk also is very good to give good sleep. These are all the home remedies. But we also have, the medicines like ashwagandha, lehyam, which they are like rasayan. Rasayan doesn't give you a side effect. Unless, of course, you have diabetes, when you shouldn't be using too much of lehyams. But these lehyams, when they're taken regularly, they give very good sleep. And of course, a proper lifestyle, doing yoga, sleeping by 10, as I said, after 10, the doshas, the equilibrium of doshas start getting affected. So sleeping by 10, getting up in Brahma Muhurtam, and having a yoga schedule, and then doing, the yoga nidra, tarataka, Bhramari, Anulom Vilom, and meditation. Meditation helps a lot. Another very important point we should remember is that before you sleep, don't watch TV, don't watch horror shows. Just let all the senses withdraw. Spend that time in Maunam. Avoid conversations also. Just relax, either in Shavasana or simply just following Mauna. Mauna itself will help you to meditate. And you can meditate on Lord Krishna in the cradle, sleeping in the cradle, or you can meditate on Ambal, Kamakshi Ambal's feet. Kamakshi Ambal is there for us in the form of our Guru. The Lord Krishna, if you see his lotus eyes, you remember only the Guru's eyes. The Guru's eyes full of kindness, full of compassion, full of the discipline of dharma, full of tenderness. Why sleep won't come? If you meditate on these beautiful things which you have been gifted in this lifetime, there will be no problem, there will be no ill health, we'll all be very happy. Thank you so much. I think Tejaswini will be reciting slokas from Bhagavad Gita, number 10 to 15 from the 15th chapter, which is very important. And Periva also has asked everybody to start learning the 15th chapter, Bhagavad Gita.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Utkramantam sthitam vapi bhunjanam va gunanvitam vimudhananupashyanti pashyanti gnana chakshushaha yatanto yoginaschainam paschantyatmanyavasthitam yatantyopyavritatmano nainam pashyanta chetasaha yadadityagatam tejo jagadbhasayatekhilam yachandramasi yacchagnau tattejo viddhi mamakam गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधीः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम्
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहवेदवैद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेह चाहम्.
Now we will start with the yoga practicals, which Harita will take the lead and Kankadurga madam will be guiding them.
Now slowly sit in Sukhasana or Swastikasana, whatever it is, you're comfortable. And close your eyes and observe your breath. Now slowly take your both hands in Jnana Mudra.
Dhyana Mudra gives very good relaxation to the central nervous system. It helps in inducing sleep.
Now slowly start with the prayer. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Now slowly open your eyes. Now slowly stand in Samasthiti position.
We start with Tiryak Tadasana.
Stand with the feet apart. Now slowly stretch your both hands shoulder level and interlock your fingers and turn your wrist outward. Now slowly take your both hands above the head and slowly exhale, slowly bend your right side and take normal breathing, breathe out.
We have a special presentation this time, level 1, level 2 and level 3. Basic level, intermediate level and the complete level. So Harita is demonstrating the complete level. This is the intermediate level, this is the basic level, this showed by Supriya. So this is a brilliant idea by Lakshmi ji. She wants you to see the grades, which which according to your capacity and to your limitations, one can do. This is Tejaswini. She is showing the intermediate posture of the same Tiryak Tadasana. We are showing complete, the intermediate and the basic.
And exhale, slowly bend your left side. Normal breathing, breathe out.
See, you can see Supriya and you can see Tejaswini. Working with the body, a very practical approach.
Now slowly come back with inhalation and relax. And we'll do one more time. Stretch your both hands with inhalation, interlock your fingers and turn your wrist outward. And stretch your hands above the head. And exhale, slowly bend your right side with exhalation as far as possible without bending knees. And slowly inhale, come back to your position. And exhale, bend your left side. And slowly come back with inhalation. And exhale, slowly release and relax. Relaxing Tadasana, Samasthiti.
This asana tones the peripheral nervous system. Next one is Kati Chakrasana. All these are very good for the spinal cord, for the back.
Now stand in Samasthiti position. Samasthiti means you have to stand comfortable and slowly feet apart Stretch your both hands shoulder level, palms facing each other. And slowly turn your right side. With the left hand touches your right shoulder.
This is the basic level shown by Supriya. The intermediate level, when you get better with practice, you can go up to this extent. And this is the complete level of Hari Chakrasana.
And slowly inhale, come back. And exhale, left side. Now your right hand touches your left shoulder. And turn your neck back. And normal breathing, breathe out. And try to maintain 5 normal breaths. Now slowly come back to your position with inhalation. And one more time. Exhale, turn your right side. Normal breathing, breathe out. Now inhale, come back to your position. And exhale, slowly turn your left side. Now your right hand touches your left shoulder. Normal breathing, breathe out. Now inhale, slowly come back to your position. And slowly come to Samasthiti. And relax.
Trikonasana comes next, which balances the whole system, and it's very good for the nervous system. It helps in giving a good balance to the body.
Standing Samasthiti. Stand with one leg apart. One leg means your leg length. Hands in shoulder level. Now slowly turn your right foot 90 degrees angle. And exhale, stretch your body and bend your right side. And now concentrate on left hand thumb finger. Normal breathing, breathe out. Those who are suffering with a cardiac problem.
Level 2 shown by Tejaswini, level 1 shown by Supriya, and the complete level shown by Harita.
Now slowly inhale, come back to your position. Now turn your right foot normally. Now turn your left foot 90 degrees angle. And exhale, stretch your body and bend left side. Now concentrate on right hand thumb finger. Normal breathing, breathe out. Try to maintain 5 breaths. Now slowly come back and come to Samasthiti. We'll do one more time. Now take one leg distance from your legs. Hands in shoulder level. Turn your right foot 90 degrees angle. And exhale, slowly bend your right side. Those who are suffering with the neck injury or cardiac problem, don't lift your hand. You can relax your hand on your hip. Otherwise, you can do like this. Now turn your head and concentrate on left hand thumb finger. Now slowly inhale, come back. Now turn your left foot 90 degrees angle and stretch your spine and bend with exhalation. Normal breathing, breathe out. Now slowly come back and come to Samasthiti and relax.
Next comes the asanas in the sitting posture. Starting with the basic Vajrasana.
Sit in Dandasana and relax. Now come to Dandasana. You have to sit straight, don't bend your spine. Now slowly come to Vajrasana. Fold your right leg with exhalation. And fold your left leg. And come to Vajrasana. Those who are suffering with the knee pain should avoid this asana.
We now start with Namaskar Asana. Using the Namaskar Mudra.
Now hands in Namaskar Mudra. Now slowly stretch your hands and close and try to touch your forehead to ground. Now normal breathe in, breathe out, relax your
This
total
is
body.
the first basic level which you can start with to get comfortable. This is the next level which you can proceed with as you get comfortable. And this is the complete level, the complete asana.
Now slowly come back and relax. We'll do one more time. With exhale, slowly stretch your hands on floor and hands in Namaskara Mudra and try to touch your forehead to floor. This is very good for stress relief. Now slowly inhale, come back and release Vajrasana.
Gomukhasana comes next. Gomukh means like the cow's mouth. So both the knees are one on the other and they resemble the cow's mouth. It's a very good relaxation posture. Gomukhasana.
Now slowly sit in Dandasana. Stretch your hands. Stretch your legs. Now slowly fold your right leg first. Below the left. And now fold your left. You can see here your knees should be on one by one. Now slowly take your right hand up and try to touch your back and take your left hand and interlock your hands and back. Try to straighten your spine, don't bend your spine.
This is
Now
the
breathe in, breathe
the
out.
basic level which you can start with. As you get better, then you go to this level. This is the intermediate level. And then this is the complete perfect level.
Now slowly release and release your legs. Now opposite side. Now fold your left leg below the right. Take your both knees on one by one side. Now slowly take your left hand up and take your right hand and interlock your fingers. Don't sit on your ankles, sit on your floor and normal breathe in, breathe out.
This gives a very good stretch to the upper back muscles, the shoulder muscles. This is also very good for diabetes and it helps in stress control. It helps in toning the nerves and massaging the muscles of the pelvic area.
Now slowly release and relax. Now I will show back side of the asana. Now fold your right leg and fold your left.
She is showing the hand movements of Gomukhasana from behind, how you need to link the hands behind. This, of course, is the complete level.
And take one kerchief or any cloth or take any belt like. Now,
Using a cloth as an accessory, Harita is demonstrating how it can be done.
now slowly lock your hands like this. And regular practice, you can lock without support. Now slowly release. And opposite side. Now fold your left and right leg. Now take your cloth on your left hand. Raise your left hand and slowly fold your right and catch your cloth. Now slowly, regular practice, you can achieve without hand, without cloth. I'll show you again hand movements. Now slowly take your right, left hand. Now palm facing down and take your right hand. Now opposite direction. You have to lock lines.
This is the complete perfect posture of the hands in Gomukhasana. Harita has demonstrated how to use the help of a cloth and slowly achieve this goal.
Now slowly release and relax.
Shashankasana comes next.
Now slowly come to Vajrasana.
This increases the blood supply to the brain, so it relaxes the tissues, the nerves. It removes stress almost instantaneously. That's why we repeatedly show this in our sessions. This is the most instant way of reducing stress, Shashankasana. But of course, those who have high BP or issues of dizziness or neck and back problems, they should not do that. Maybe they can try to do something in the basic level like Supriya is demonstrating. They can even sit on the chair and do to a certain extent. Shashankasana.
Now slowly inhale. Raise your both hands above the head. And exhale, slowly bend your spine. You have to bend your root of the spine with exhalation. And try to touch your ground, forehead and floor.
This is the level 1, which can be done on a sofa. You can sit in a sofa and do, or on a divan. This is level 2, which Tejaswini is demonstrating. As you get better and better, this is the level which you would go to. And this is the perfect, complete pose.
Relax your total body and slowly come back to your position. And release. And come back to your position and relax in Dandasana. Now slowly lie down on your stomach.
We are doing Bhujangasana now.
Now slowly take your both hands by the side of the breast. Now slowly inhale, raise your shoulder and stretch your spine. Now slowly exhale, turn your neck right side. This is Tiryak Bhujangasana and concentrate on right leg angle.
The eye should be in the opposite ankle. This is the complete posture of Tiryak Bhujangasana. Bhujangasana, Tiryak. Tiryak means twist. So Tiryak Bhujangasana.
Now slowly come back and slowly turn your left side with exhalation.
So if you cannot bend the neck right behind, you can just turn it to the side like Supriya is showing. With slow practice, you can bend it a little bit behind, and then this is what Supriya is showing now. As you get better, you can move to this level where there is a twist. And this is the complete level.
Now slowly come back and relax. We'll do one more time. Place your palms beside the chest. And inhale, slowly come to Bhujangasana. And exhale, twist to your right side. Maintain this position 5 to 10 breaths. And inhale, slowly come to center. And exhale, turn your left side. Now slowly come back and relax in Makarasana. Crocodile pose. This is also very good for the sleep.
Very good for the back muscles and gives good sleep. Makarasana.
Now slowly come back to your position. Now slowly lie down on your back.
The supine posture, we'll now be demonstrating cycling.
Now Kasan. Now slowly inhale. Raise your upper body and legs. Now balance on your buttock. Now Kasan. Maintain this position 5 to 10 breaths. Now slowly come back. And relax. We'll do one more time. This is very good for the abdominal muscle. Now slowly inhale. Come to Navasana.
You may not be able to do this complete level, then you try this level. This is level 1. Just lifting the feet 6 inches from the ground. As you get better, you could proceed to this level, what is this demonstrated by Tejaswini, and this is the complete level. Naukasana has a very good effect on the central nervous system.
Relax.
Pada Sanchalanasana, cycling comes next.
Now slowly fold your legs. Do cycling with normal breath. And anti-clockwise, reverse. And relax. We'll do cycling in both legs.
This is a little bit strenuous, so do it only with complete caution and only do it with little practice.
We'll do opposite.
Regular asanas will strengthen the legs and you will be able to do.
Now slowly relax and slowly come to Shavasana. And Yoga Nidra will explain Kanakadurga ma'am.
Be aware of the contact points of the body against the ground, the back of the hands, the back of the elbows, the back of the head, the upper back, the middle back, the lower back, the back of the knees, the back of the ankles, the back of the elbows, the back of the wrists. Be aware of all the points that touch the ground. Feel your body sinking into the ground. As you inhale, feel positive thoughts enter the body. As you exhale, feel all the tiredness, feel all unwanted thoughts leave the body. Now be aware of your right hand. Just like an electric sensation, just be aware of that part of the body. The right thumb, index finger, the right middle finger, the ring finger, the little finger, the palm, the back of the palm, the right hand, right elbow, the right shoulder, the back of the head, the back of the shoulder, the back of the left shoulder, the back of the left arm, the left elbow, the left hand, the lower hand, the ring finger, the thumb, the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, the little finger, the palm, the back of the palm. Now bring your awareness to your feet, to the right foot, the right toe, second toe, the third toe, the fourth toe, the little toe, top of the foot, the sole of the foot, the ankle, the leg, the lower leg, the calf muscles, the knees, the thighs, the buttock. Now be aware of the left foot, the thumb, the left toe, big toe, the second toe, the third toe, the fourth toe, the little toe, the top of the foot, the sole, the ankle, the leg, the calf muscles, the knee, the thighs, the buttocks, the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, the top of the head, the neck, the face, the right eye, the space between the eyebrows, the left eye, the right nostril, the left nostril, the right cheek, the left cheek, the mouth, the upper lip, the lower lip, the chin, the front part of the neck, the back of the neck, the chest, the abdomen. Now be aware of the whole of the front of the body. Be aware of the whole of the back of the body. Be aware of the whole body. Now bring your awareness to the breath at the nostrils. Be aware of the breath, the natural flow of the breath. Now bring your awareness to the space between the eyebrows. Visualize the image of your Sadguru sitting on a Simhasana in the space between the eyebrows. Imagine golden light coming from the toes of his feet. Imagine that you're prostrating at the feet of the Sadguru. Imagine the whole body being filled with golden light. Imagine the whole body becoming lighter and lighter and floating like a leaf from a tree. Now feel the body becoming heavier and heavier and sinking into the ground. Be aware of the contact points of the body against the ground. The back of the head, the back of the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, the buttocks, the knees, the ankles. Be aware of all the points that touch the ground. Bring your awareness to the breath. Bring your awareness to the sounds outside, the near sounds, the far sounds. At this point, if you make any sankalpa, it is very powerful. Yoga Nidra gives clarity, intuition. After the practice of Yoga Nidra, 45 minutes after the practice of Yoga Nidra, the intuition and the clarity is heightened. Bring your awareness to your body, lying on the ground. Now slowly move your hands and feet. Stretch your hands behind the body. Bring it back to the side. Stretch your right hand. Bend your left leg. And come to the sitting position. The practice of Yoga Nidra is over. After Yoga Nidra, we are going to do Shavasana and we are going to listen to Hanuman Stotra.
Now, Brahmari Pranayam.
We are doing the Brahmari Pranayam, after which we will follow it.
Sit comfortable. Take your hands and close your ears. And index finger on your eyes and middle finger beside the nose. And ring finger, upper lip, and little finger on your chin. And thumb finger, you have to close your ear. This is Shanmukhi Mudra. Take deep breath and exhale with humming sound, makaram sound.
You can see this basic posture shown by Supriya when there is hand pain or elbow pain, arthritis. People can sit down with their hands propped below their chin. They can even keep it on a table and do this Brahmari Pranayam in this posture. This is another way of doing Brahmari Pranayam, keeping the fingers in the ears. This is the Shanmukhi Mudra. The index fingers on the top, on the eyes, the middle fingers beside the nose, the ring fingers above the mouth, and the little fingers below the mouth. Whereas the thumbs are in the ears. Thumbs are closing the ears. This is called the Shanmukhi Mudra.
You have to repeat this 10 to 20 breaths and relax. Now slowly come to Shavasana. Legs apart and hands apart. Close your eyes. Observe your breath.
हनुमत् पंचरत्नम वीताखिल विषयेच्छं जातानन्दाश्रुपुलकमत्यच्छं सीतापतिदूताद्यं वातात्मजमद्य भावये हृद्यं तरुणारुणमुखकमलं करुणारसपूरपूरितापाङ्गं सञ्जीवनमाशासे मञ्जुलमहिमानमञ्जनाभाग्यम् शम्बरवैरिशरातिगमम्बुजदलविपुललोचनोदारम् कम्बुगलमनिलदिष्टम् बिम्बज्वलितोष्ठमेकमवलम्बे दूरीकृतसीतार्तिः प्रकटीकृतरामवैभवस्फूर्तिः दारितदशमुखकीर्तिः पुरतो मम भातु हनुमतो मूर्तिः वानरनिकराध्यक्षं दानवकुलकुमुदरविकरसदृशम् दीनजनावनदीक्षम् पवनतपः पाकपुञ्जमद्राक्षम् एतत्पवनसुतस्य स्तोत्रम् यः पठति पञ्चरत्नाख्यम् चिरमिह निखिलान् भोगान् भुक्त्वा श्रीरामभक्तिभाग् भवति.
Now
That
you
was-
take your right hand up and turn your right side with the help of left hand. And slowly come to Sukhasana.
That was a very beautiful rendition by Gayatri ji. Hanumat Pancharatnam.
Now slowly come to Namaskara Mudra. Now ending prayer. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Slowly open your eyes and look at your palms. Thank you very much. I am very thankful to Lakshmi Madam and Kanakadurga Madam for giving this support. Thank you very much. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
I take this opportunity. Thank you, Harita and Kanakadurga Garu. You have
Thank you, Lakshmi
made us
garu.
realize how important sleep is to a human being or to a person as such. In today's mechanical world, with people running around across the globe timings and working day in and day out, not realizing what the effect is going to be in the future, I think we should learn from you to maintain our sleep for the minimum requirement of the body and take care of one's body carefully, because our body is the whole world for us. Unless we are safe, we take care of it, we cannot take care of other people, is what one should realize. With this, we end this session and look forward for the continued sessions of the Yoga Satsang, which happen every Saturday night 7 to 8. Thank you very much, one and all.
Thank you, Lakshmi garu. Thank you, Harita.
Thank you.